father and son, a bond so strong, talking hockey all day long. Royally Quacked, their podcast show, sharing stories, highs and lows. From the Kings to the Ducks they go, shout and go Kings go, Quack Quack they cheer. A father and son, their passion sincere on the ice. Their love appears through the highs and lows in the years.
Are you going? You're muted, Dad. You're mute. What a great way to start off this episode.
Hello. Obviously, we had some technical difficulties going on there because
it's called your dad being your co-host.
No, the song was being interrupted.
Oh.
I could barely see anything with it. I didn't know when it ended.
Oh.
Then you popped up, and I figured, oh, it ended. So there was some kind of issue with that. Hi, hockey fans. Beautiful day in Southern California. Welcome to the neighborhood. It's time for episode 116 of Royally Quacked.
Brought to you by the Hockey Podcast Network.
Yes. So, how are you?
I am good. How are you?
Well, I think that start could have been better, but obviously there was something going on with it. And that's on your end because it doesn't on my end.
Honestly, you look like you're talking like in those old school Godzilla movies where I hear you talk, but your mouth is not matching at all. Yeah, like that.
Okay.
Oh, look, Godzilla.
So maybe I should make sure. Yeah, maybe it's my internet. I don't know. So, am I doing better now?
We'll make it work. All right. You want to get into notes?
Sure.
You want to start, or do you want me to start?
I can start if you want.
Go for it.
Okay. Obviously, the big news for the Kings is Peter Laviolette has signed a 3-year deal to coach the LA Kings. And, you know, a lot of people were thinking he was going to the Oilers because obviously both teams need some help. And he's a quick fix guy. I don't know why he picked going to the Kings. But he did. So anyways, yeah, it looks like I'm delayed. I can see it too.
Yep.
Anyways, a lot of people are unhappy with that pick. They wanted
Woodcroft.
That wanted Woodcroft.
Yeah, he stays in Anaheim.
Yeah. Anyways, that's the big news. I mean, there are some other good news. Obviously, the Kings signed forward Martin Chromiak to a 1-year extension at $850,000. That's a 2-way contract. Them signing him is that they're starting to believe because he's a guy who had a lot of abilities and it wasn't really playing out early. But last year he had a really good year, and obviously they feel comfortable with that. And there's a lot of these guys that are going to be playing in Ontario for them that they have high hopes for, even though they might be later round picks. So, go ahead.
I mean, let's talk more about the Laviolette thing because that's the big news. I mean, you didn't really get into Laviolette.
Sure, we can. The thing is,
okay, we're in a dead a part of the season for talking about team news. You have something big, and you don't talk about it.
Well, so one thing about Laviolette that is kind of proven throughout history, he comes in and he gets a fix quick. And the teams get better. He has won a Stanley Cup, but I mean,
20 years ago.
Yeah, but the last 20 years since then, they team to peak out and don't finish.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the history behind him. So he might be a stepping stone to get us better, or maybe this is, hey, he's going to do it again. That's what you got to hope for. I mean, they need something to be able to get back into it, being at least someone that they worry about. I mean, I do really believe that last season, even Colorado had to work to beat us, and they were the number one team. Obviously won the President's Cup, most points. Obviously Vegas took totally advantage of them and swept them.
Yeah. Well,
Adam's at the Toyota Arena. Must be having a game today, Adam.
Oh, nice.
Am I sounding
Laviolette,
better now?
What's that?
Am I sounding better now? Is everything working better?
It's not as bad, but
okay.
It's better. So I'm looking at his hockey reference page as a coach. I mean, he was the Islanders coach for 2 years. I mean, the second year was not very good. Then he went to Carolina right after that. He coached 52 games, went 20, 22, and 6, but then the next year went 52 and 22 and 8, and was the Stanley Cup champions with the Carolina Hurricanes. In 2009, 2010, his first year with Philadelphia, he went in 57 games, coached 28, 24, and 5, and they were third in their division and ended up being the Eastern Conference champions, then losing to Chicago. That was Chicago's, first, Stanley Cup win out of the three. And then in 2020,
every other year one.
Yeah. It seems like almost like after he goes somewhere, like either that first year or second year, they take a big jump.
Well, I think
Nashville took two years. Let's see. They were second in his first year, fourth in that year. They were fourth in the 2016-17, but they ended up being the Western Conference champions, beating my Anaheim Ducks that year to get to the final. Sad face. But Washington, he turned them around.
He's really good at turning around teams.
Yes, but he's not going to be a coach you probably want long term, but he is a great, 2 to 4 year coach probably. He will get you where you want, but you're probably going to grow tired of him very quick. Adam says season ticket holders select a seat date and equipment sale. Also here for the reveal of the new jersey. Ooh, well, if you get the new jerseys, send them to me and I'll try to put them on here. So we'll be the first podcast to put them up live. Thanks to Adam.
Yeah, get us some photos.
I almost wanted to go to the Ducks equipment sale tomorrow, but I don't want to go by myself. I thought about it.
Yeah, well, you're gonna buy equipment there?
Well, no, because they have you could buy player sticks, helmets, gloves, practice jerseys, and you get it at a really good really good deals. Colby, who we've had on, he was on the Ducks player grades last year. He got a bunch of stuff. He has a video on his channel, all the stuff he bought and he only spent $450, but he got a lot of stuff. Adam, that's actually a really good way of putting it. Peter Laviolette is the Buck Showalter of hockey.
Yeah, I read that and
I was like, that's good. Perfect.
Yeah,
that's a great that's a great reference.
That was
for all our baseball fans out there who know who Buck Showalter is. Yeah, has Buck Showalter won a World Series?
That's a good question. But he does make his teams better. That's for sure.
I remember they were saying that he could be the next Angels coach, and then they went with who was the one before Suzuki?
He was so good I can't remember.
He was so good.
Yes. Who was the manager?
I don't remember.
I don't either.
Uh,
They're so bad.
It tells you
I tried
how
to put
big
that
of
out of my
Angels
mind.
fans we are. Oh, Ron Washington. Thank you, Mom. Thank you. Wow, we are bad. Of course, I'm an Angels fan without admitting I'm an Angels fan. True story. I have spoken. Doors open at 11:30. Won't be able to get you the jersey. Bummer. All right, well, next time for sure.
Well, you can send it to us and we can put it on next week's episode.
Yeah, we can do
we'll
that.
Still take pictures of them.
Yeah.
So thank you for always thinking of us. We appreciate that part.
Yeah, man, you're there early. You're there early if it opens at 11:30.
Well, want to be in the front of the line probably.
Yeah. So
yeah, I think Laviolette was a safe pick, and and I'm going to pick on a guy at work. He won't even talk to me now. He came on and goes, "Why didn't they get Woodcroft? They did. Management did that to save their jobs." And I looked at him. I go, "Wouldn't have you done that to save your job?" You think about it. If you're on the hot seat, get someone who can fix it quick.
Yeah.
He was a safe pick to start with. We'll see what happens with it. I'm not going to make any judgments right now. I mean, we look back at last season and we knew the Ducks had some young talent, but who would have thought they had the season they had? I mean, barring that failed end of the season, which really dropped them into a wild card position, or were they third? They were third, right? They ended up third.
Yeah, the Ducks were
but
third.
they almost were in the wild card.
Yeah,
and
we were.
Yeah, I mean, they would have knocked the Kings out, I think. I don't know, how close were they in points? They were close in points. As bad as we were close in points with a Duck team that definitely played better than anybody dreamed. Even you, honey. You didn't think they were going to be that good.
To this, I didn't.
I thought they could be a playoff team. I was more impressed with how they did it. I did not dream it would be an offensive. They were an offensive juggernaut for a while.
Yeah.
So, obviously, like every other team, dealing with injuries, dealing with issues where, the players aren't there 100%. Obviously, they did all that with a not 100% Troy Terry. Obviously, we see that now.
Yeah.
He was basically just playing and not even practicing because of his hip. And then he's going to have surgery now, and he's going to probably not play at the first start of the season. And I thought he was a key player for him. Even with that injury, he was a key player for him. I thought he played really well for the limited time he played this last season because of that injury. So,
yeah. But I think Peter Laviolette was probably the right choice because I love Woodcroft. I don't think what he wanted to do would have worked for what the Kings have right now. I think it worked better for the Ducks because the Ducks have more of the offensive power than the Kings do. So I think that works in Woodcroft's favor more. Laviolette is more offense and defense. So I think that would work with what the Kings have right now.
You know what? I just didn't think he was even in the picture. Everything I kept hearing, he was going to be with the Oilers. And if the Oilers wanted him, we weren't going to get him. Because obviously, who wouldn't want to coach McDavid and Draisaitl and
Yeah.
Bouchard, Hyman? I mean, they've got some really good talent at Edmonton, and they got Lavoie. And what was the other? They had another young
Ike Howard.
Ike Howard. I mean, they got a lot. I mean, they could make a big comeback with the right coach.
Yeah, they can. I'm just saying, I think for what, and I mean, for all you people that the Kings fans that are listening to this, Eddie Garcia does a great job talking about it on Locked On Kings too. And because I was curious on how he felt about it, and he seems very happy about it, and I liked what he said about everything. And I think this was probably the right move right now. I don't think like I said, as much as I want to keep Woodcroft as an assistant coach on the Ducks. I mean, like I said, if he would have gotten a head coach job, great, because he deserves it. But I think right now the right move was Laviolette for the Kings.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you, and I'm going to be honest. When we're looking at that management, the GM, the coach, that's the lower management, but they're the ones really directly dealing with players. Neither one of those guys are long-term guys.
Yeah,
Holland's not a long-term guy. He's getting up there. He's going to want to retire. We're going to hope that, Laviolette gets the team going in the right direction. And then you could bring in a guy like, Woodcroft or someone like him, younger guy that you could have maybe a, nice run with, especially if the Kings get some really good draft picks right now, because they're not as good as they were.
Now, I have an idea for you. I hate it as a Ducks fan, but you might like this. I mean, Laviolette is not a long-term answer. Ken Holland is not going to be a long-term person on this team.
Yeah.
And there's a very high-end college coach that everybody wants to see in the NHL.
Yeah,
and
guy
he said
from Denver, right?
And but he said if he comes up to the NHL, he wants to have say on his team. Like, he wants to be like a coach / GM kind of thing. Not like exactly, but he wants to have say on his team. And if both those coaches, or if Holland and Laviolette, they're not long-term, and you bring in a guy like Carl, then have maybe just someone that is a GM that works with Carl, and they work together, kind of like I know it's not really the same thing, but like what Kent Hughes and Jeff Gordon do in Montreal. They kind of work together, but instead of a GM and whatever the other guy is.
I'll tell you a really good example of what you're talking about is Snead and McVeigh for the Rams.
Yes, there you go. Perfect example.
That would be a great example of what we're talking about. Get on the same path. They sold their soul to win that Super Bowl.
Oh God, yeah.
Getting rid of all them draft picks, and then they didn't hardly have anything. They were not good for a year or two, but they've already turned around. They've turned that thing around.
Mm-hmm.
And with what they've picked up in this offseason, I mean, I know this isn't Rams talk, but since we are in the offseason, I thought I'd bring it up. Look what they've done with that team. With the way they drafted. I got to tell you, any professional sports team should watch how the Rams draft. I mean, they picked up the guy Verse. They got him and then one of his teammates
in the draft, like in the second or third round. And those guys were like a staple on the defense. Draft picks came in right away. They had all those draft picks that year, including Verse, and they were expected not to be any good. And Verse was supposed to be good, but not probably as good as he is.
Yeah, but he was very good. He was the rookie of the year, defensive rookie of the year.
By the way, if you're listening to this YouTube, or Twitch, live, can you please buy the Angels? That's all I ask. I have one favor. Please buy the Angels.
Yeah.
Please.
I mean,
Please. Because like I have a buddy who's like, we went to the Dodgers game last week. He said he's also an Angels fan. And I saw something that Mr. Beast, I guess, wants to buy the Angels. And I'm like, okay, that'd be great. I'd rather have Kroenke. As entertaining as it would be to see Mr. Beast as an Angels owner, but I rather see Kroenke because one, Kroenke will make like everywhere he's the owner, it's like they have a winning regime there.
well, you know why?
The Avalanche, the Nuggets, Arsenal. He has winning
But
pedigree
you know why,
in his,
right?
because he lets the right people do their things.
He gets the right people in the right position to succeed.
Yes. Artie Moreno, if you're listening to this, sell it to Kroenke for $1. I think I have $1 here somewhere. I'll help pay for it. But
if we could afford the payroll, I'd help you buy it. But
yeah,
I can't afford Trout.
no, God, no.
Him alone, I can't afford.
I can't afford the water boy or whatever they are. Okay, let's get back to hockey talk.
Yes,
But I just thought the David Carl thing would be. I mean, as much as I hate that as a Ducks fan, but I could see that working out for him there.
he is the most sought after college coach right now.
Because
But he has such a great place there.
yeah,
he's making great money. Everybody
He's
wants
comfortable.
to play for him. I mean, I think we have 2 of our draft picks that played for him last year.
Probably.
know?
But I was just saying, like, I know that people were saying he probably going to take the next Colorado Avalanche. But I'm like, is Sakic going to give him the ability to decide his team, or whoever is the next GM there? I don't know. But if he works out a deal with LA, where they could just have some guy come in, be the GM, but it's like what you were saying, how Sneed and McVay are. If they could do something like that, that would be very entertaining. And then I have a feeling a lot of players would want to play for a guy like Carl.
Yeah, he's a winner for sure. I mean, and that isn't any kind of a rumor that we know. That was Cody's idea, right?
Just right off, I just thought of it. So
yes. So
I don't want to see it. Trust me, I don't want to see it, but I could see it happening.
I'll be honest with you. I want to see hockey be equal with the other sports. So if that means teams other than the Kings get great, I think one reason I like the podcast that we're doing is because it's to help get hockey to be equal with the other major sports. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be really super hard to ever get equal with football, because that just seems to be, it used to be apple pie, Chevrolet, and baseball. Well, baseball, you're a minor leaguer compared to football. So
yeah.
So
anyways, you can continue on with your notes.
Okay, so this is a quote from one of your favorite people, Frank Saravelli, on the Kings. They're probably going to be pretty aggressive this offseason. They're looking to try and land their replacement for Anze Kopitar. I'm sure they'd love to get in the mix for Dylan Larkin. Who wouldn't? I mean, you're talking about a guy, great two-way hockey player. I mean, and that's what Kopi was. He was a two-way hockey player. I think Dylan brings a little bit more of an offensive game than Kopi did. A little bit more, maybe. Maybe not quite as good a defensive player as Kopi was. But
I'd rather have Kopitar. Honestly, I'd much rather have Kopitar than Larkin.
Well,
okay, I'm just saying, if there was like a draft and you're drafting Larkin at 18, like what they're going to become.
Agreed.
And if I had the first, like say if I had a choice between Larkin and Kopitar, I'm picking Kopitar
Well, yeah,
10 out of 10 times.
but I'm talking in reality here. We're talking a 38-year-old Kopitar.
No, I'm just saying
So when I'm talking
if
about
Kopitar was the same age as Larkin, I would take Kopitar.
well, yeah, and I agree with you. But I'm saying that isn't the case.
Yeah.
Right now, Larkin would be a nice addition.
Yes.
He would take away the pressure,
Yes.
from Byfield. I honestly,
that's it. Well, I mean, that's if Byfield is still a King after the trade.
True. I don't think that would solve it unless you got another center in there somewhere. So that would just, I think right now they need to let him become great.
Yeah.
Or not. Give him that chance. They've invested so much in him. There's a lot of people like the guy at work who thinks he's a bust. And that'd be very well true. I mean, we saw a little bit in the last 3 weeks to a month of the season, and Byfield put the Kings on his back and got him in the playoffs. I mean, he was playing like a superstar. Literally, a lot of those points that he had to get close to where he was last year and the year before were in those last 3 weeks to a month.
Yeah.
So he needs to make that become his regular game. That's what needs to happen for them to be any good this year, unless they make like a lot of incredibly interesting trades. Sort of like the Lakers do and always end up with, 3 superstars. No, I just don't see it happening for the Kings, but you never know. So back on mock trade, I don't know where you got this one. This is for Darnell Nurse. Okay. The most hated one. LA, Dumoulin, Armia, and a second for Nurse. I'm going to say,
yes, do it, Kings, do it.
Somebody's dreaming if we want to give that much up and pay him $9.25 million. Is he better than Cece? Probably, but not for double the money. It's more than double the money. Another $250,000 than what Cece is. I want nothing to do with Nurse. I mean, I don't mind.
From what I heard, his preference is to go east, but they were saying the only team he would stay out west for is the Kings because of with Ken Holland.
Yeah, well,
and Ken Holland likes him.
If Ken Holland does that, it's time to get rid of Ken Holland.
Oh, I'm pretty sure if especially if there's no retention on that trade, Kings fans are going to be asking for his head.
If he's smart, he won't make that trade. So,
as a Ducks fan, I hope he makes that trade.
I know. We're going to move
as much
on.
as I don't want to. I mean, either way, I'm seeing Nurse 4 times a year. But I mean, maybe because unless he goes to East Coast.
Yeah, go to the East Coast. The Ontario Reign general manager Richard Seeley is leaving the organization to join the Canucks as their AHL GM and assistant GM to Ryan Johnson for the NHL team. He has been with the Kings organization for 11 years, including 8 as Ontario's GM. And I think he's done a great job. That's a big loss for the Kings for him to go. Cause I mean, look what Ontario, they had a very veteran team 2 years ago. Then last year, they let a lot of those guys go. They kept a couple key guys and brought up all those guys, and then they won the Pacific. Now, it didn't translate into the playoffs for them. They ended up losing to Colorado, I believe. 3-2.
Sure.
So, anyways, But that's a big loss for the Kings for that. I'm sure they'll find someone to take his place. Hopefully not Ken Holland Jr.
You just saw mom's text?
No,
Oh.
but she texted me. I didn't.
You'll see. But are you done with Kings news?
AM.
Okay. On to Ducks news. I'm gonna skip my first one. I'm gonna save that one for last. But per Derek Lee, via Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, the San Diego Gulls will have a head coaching vacancy. Pretty shocking news considering McIlvain was just extended in April, and now he reunites with former Team Germany head coach Marco Sturm in Boston. He becomes an assistant NHL coach over with the Boston Bruins. So after we literally just signed him, I want to say it was like early April to a 3-year contract extension. McIlvain is heading east and joining Marco Sturm in Boston on his coaching staff. So they do have, ties together. They coach Team Germany together. So I'm go get your, congratulations to McIlvain. I liked what you did in San Diego. It was nice having a coach that actually was there for more than a year. Because I want to say after Eakins, it was we went through like 4 coaches in 5 years, and that's just not good for development at all. So I really hope, he does well in Boston, and I haven't heard anything about a new coach hiring down there. The only thing I did hear was from Elliot Freeman saying they could just give the job to Dave Manson. I don't know if that's Josh Manson's dad or not. I can't remember. I think it's 2 different people. I can't remember at the top of my head. So, so congratulations to McIlvain, getting an NHL job, well deserved. And honestly, good on the Ducks organization and Verbeek for, letting him to go do this opportunity. They could have easily just told him no because he was under contract. But they let him go, and now Verbeek will need to find a new head coach for the San Diego Gulls. So hopefully we'll have more news or rumors about that in the next couple of weeks or so, because you don't want to go too long without having an AHL coach for your prospects, because especially right after the draft, you probably want to have your AHL coach at the rookie camp, so they can see who they just drafted. All right, next up. The Ducks and Blues reportedly held talks at the trade deadline regarding Colton Parayko, and that was with Mason McTavish's name appearing in those talks, and that was per David Pagnotta. So before the Ducks went and got John Carlson, I guess there was talks to bring in Colton Parayko. I think the main reason why this trade didn't go through is because I don't think Verbeek wanted to change a lot of change that kind of player movement at the trade deadline with how well they were doing at that time. You send McTavish the other way, and that could have, messed things up in the middle of the season. It makes me wonder if there's another trade talk there. Now that we're in the offseason, it's not going to, ruin the momentum of the team or anything like that. So it really makes me think, is Colton Parayko going to be a Duck? I mean, he has a full no move clause, so he gets to pick where he wants to go. And from the rumors, from what I've heard, is if he does get traded, he wants to go out west. Hence why he declined the trade. So I honestly, I would really like to see Parayko as a Duck, because he would be a great top pair with Lacombe. I would really like that. If I don't know what the trade would look like exactly now. If I had to guess, it's probably going to be like McTavish and a draft pick, or McTavish and a prospect and a mid-round pick. But I mean, Parayko's, he's getting up there in age. I want to say he's 33, and he has a $6.5 million cap hit. So if McTavish does go the other way, that's where the money is going to help. So, alone. Next up, Beckett Seneca was named to the NHL All-Rookie team. No thanks to John Buchacross's tweet where he called him Bennett Seneca. Yeah, that's right. An actual NHL insider called him Bennett Seneca. Yeah. See, I told you. The Ducks get no love. No love.
That's not true.
Really? I mean, out of
Okay.
all the... Okay, hold on. All right. No, they messed up on McTavish's... Like, when they were talking about the Ducks on ESPN, they said that McTavish was an RFA and he was eligible to be offer sheeted when he has a long-term deal. During the Vegas series, all they talked about was Vegas. They rarely talked about the Ducks. It was Vegas this, Vegas that. And trust me, people on Twitter were even talking about it. I wasn't the only one that noticed this.
Yeah, but you made a general statement.
No, it's not general. Everyone, there was even Vegas fans saying, wow, they did not talk about the Ducks as much as they talk about the Vegas. I mean, for God's sakes, they talked about Thomas Hurdle's goal drought 30 times before he finally scored. And it's every time he touched the puck, oh, is Thomas Hurdle going to break that goal? Like, they literally said it 30 times in one game. And I was like, well, I guess he's going to score in this game. Sure enough, he did. And then he got hot after that. And okay, the worst one. Yes, I'm going on a whole tangent right now. The worst one is the year the Ducks were supposed to had the best odds to get the number one pick, the Connor Bedard draft. And all the teams were perfectly, how they have the cards where like, all right, the second pick will have this, they have those like cards. Out of all the years I've ever watched, and I've watched a lot of the years, why was the Ducks one the only one that was ever upside down? And we lost the first pick and we got it. So not only did we lose out on Bedard, but hey, I'm happy with Carlson. I'm gonna say that now. But not only do we get embarrassed by not getting the first pick, and then our logo is up, the card is upside down. Everyone else's was perfectly upright.
See how easy it is to get the passion out of my son?
I'm just saying. I want more love for the Ducks.
Well, I could only say, your mom's got a lot of love for the Ducks. I don't know if they could take much more, because you ever sat with her and watch a game? I've never seen somebody that she's more passionate than I am about hockey. I go,
you're welcome.
But she gives them enough love for everybody. Yeah. Anyways,
okay.
I just wanted to see if I could get you going, and I did, and it worked. So that was fun.
All right. So now Mason McTavish trade rumors. So I've heard he's linked to the Blues. I've heard he's linked to the Flyers, the Canadians, the Senators. And I know there's another one. I just can't think of it. The best mock trade I heard for McTavish is McTavish goes to Philadelphia and the Ducks get Drysdale and Zegras. I thought that was a funny mock trade. It was a joke.
Yeah, no doubt.
Now, I don't know who this player is, but would you make this trade? McTavish goes to Philly, and in return, Anaheim gets Tyson Forrester. I want to say he's a prospect. Murtaugh, the Kings 2027 third round pick, and the Flyers 28 second round pick. That one I actually might do, because maybe we could turn those things around and make more trades. And then that. So like I said, I would consider that one. Let's see. I know I had another one. Like I said, he was linked to the Canadians. Oh, the Red Wings because of the Dylan Larkin trade. And did we talk about the three teams that he picked? that he wants to go to?
Well, I heard he added 3 more possibly, but I wasn't sure if that was just like AI advertising.
All right, so yeah, mom says keep Mac T. I'll say I think we should keep him too. I'm only saying trade him if it's like a Pareko, like if we get something we need in return.
Well, the Kings need a 2C.
And who are you willing to give up?
I don't know.
Well, let me go on. Well, and then you think of a mock trade for that. We'll reconvene after. So what Dylan Larkin said is since he has a full no trade clause, he picked his top 3 preferred destinations was Florida, Vegas, and Minnesota. Oh, gee, I wonder why. Vegas and Florida. Well, I don't think either of those teams can make it work. They don't have the assets that Yzerman's probably going to want. Minnesota probably could do it. And honestly, I would not be mad if he went to Minnesota. I would understand. Then I also heard that there was Tampa Bay, Utah, and what was the other one? And Dallas. Those are the other 3. Elliot Friedman did say that he did not hear Anaheim, but a bunch of people were telling him that Anaheim could be in the mix and he could see a trade with Anaheim work because the Ducks have the assets to make the trade. But the thing is, I think Larkin would be a great asset to this team. I don't think it'd be worth making the trade for him. What they're probably going to want for him back.
Yeah, you're gonna have to give up some quality on the team already.
Yeah, so I'm as much as I would love to have him, I think there's better ways of doing it, and I hope Verbeek gets that. So I'd much rather keep a McTavish, Zellweger, Minty, and McQueen, because I've heard his name in it if there's a possible trade, because that's what they're going to want back. I'd much rather keep all of them than get Larkin, especially after he just gave off those 3 teams as his top 3. I was like, dude, come on.
So
it just screamed.
So a mock trade for the Ducks to get Larkin, Seneca, Minty, and 2 first-round picks.
Wait, what?
Seneca, Minty, and 2 first-round picks for Larkin.
No, hell no. I would say a different word, but I don't want to get hit by mom later.
Are you going to see mom?
No, I'm just saying, like later in life.
Oh, okay.
Like in the future, I'm just protecting the back of my head.
I mean, when you think about that, I mean, he's got a lot of upside. It gives them, possibly a really good scorer, and a good defenseman, and then a couple first-round picks.
No.
It's not taking away Cutter. It's not taking away Leo. It's not taking away,
No, nope. We're not doing it. All
Okay.
right, well, that's it for Ducks news.
League news?
On the league news,
Am I starting or are you?
you're starting.
Okay. Andy Strickland reports that Robert Thomas trade rumors can be put to bed. Night, as the Blues have zero interest in trading him. And I can't say I would blame him on that.
I can't blame him either.
He's a quality player.
Oh, trust me, that's someone I want the Ducks to get. But again, we're probably looking at a Quinn Hughes type of trade haul to get him out of St. Louis.
It's going to cost a lot.
That's going to be like a McTavish, McQueen, Zellweger, Minty, and a first round pick. Probably kind of haul.
Yeah, that's a big haul.
So
I wouldn't make that trade.
So
if I were the Ducks,
I'm that's fine. I already knew the price was going to be super high for Thomas. So next up, Minnesota re-signed Michael McCarron to a 6-year, $3.3 million AAV contract extension. The deal includes a full no-move clause for all 6 years with the 15-team no-trade list in years 4 through 6. In the event of an expansion draft, he will not need to be automatically protected due to the language inserted into the contract. So if there isn't an expansion draft, because the rule is if you have a no-move clause, you're automatically protected. And so now, if there is an expansion draft, he can be left unprotected.
Wow.
Yeah.
Boy, I bet you that's going to get changed in the language of contracts in the future. They're not going to be allowed to do that because then you could just put that in every contract and then you don't lose anybody unless you want to lose them.
Well, no. Say if they get that Houston team, the Houston team can pick McCarron now if they wanted to. He'd be left unprotected so he can be picked by the expansion team.
Oh, okay.
That's the rule. So if there is an expansion draft, his no-move clause is kind of gone.
Well,
so
we'll see what happens. Picked. We'll see what happens with that, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, the NH All-Star teams were announced. First team, I wonder what you guys think about who you'd put there, but it's Jason Robertson from Dallas, obviously Connor McDavid from the Oilers, Nikita Kucherov from Tampa Bay, Kel McCarr from Colorado, and Zach Werenski from Columbus, right? And then Vasilevsky from Tampa Bay. It's hard to argue with that. I mean, that's a really good team. Second team was also picked.
Go ahead.
Cole Caulfield, Nathan McKinnon, Pasternak, Dahlin, and Bouchard, and then Logan Thompson.
You know what I'm really confused about? How was Celebrini not on here? And two.
Yeah, I thought that too.
Second, how is Logan Thompson second All-Star team, and yet he wasn't even in the top 3 in Vezina? Tell me how that makes sense. Nothing against Logan Thompson, but how was, because you had Sorokin and Swayman were the other 2 Vezina finalists. Tell me how that makes sense.
I don't necessarily believe all the picks were what I would have done. So
the defense, I'm fine with. Werenski, McCarr, Dahlin, Bouchard. I think I'm okay with those 4. Quinn Hughes was, I think he was like, maybe if you take one of Dahlin or Bouchard off. Honestly, I probably would have taken McCarr off and put Quinn Hughes there. Just, I know McCarr is a great player, but it wasn't one of his best years.
It was still more than what Hughes did.
Yeah.
I mean,
I gotta see Hughes. I gotta see their stats.
I think Hughes missed some games, so that didn't help him. Yeah. I can't believe the guy that had the best goals against average, the highest save percentage, wasn't in the top 3. And I think he was close in wins. Scott Wedgwood.
Oh.
I mean, Swayman? Oh, I would have taken Wedgwood over Swayman in a second.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you player A and player B. I'm not telling you their stats. And I want you to tell me who would you pick more. Player A, 74 games, 7 goals, 69 assists for 76 points, but was a -4. Player B, 75 games, 20 goals, 59 assists for 79 points, so only a 3-point difference, but was a plus 32.
Are we talking Hughes?
So Hughes was player A, and he was probably a -4 because he was also on Vancouver for part of a season. And Makar was on the President Trophy winning team.
Yeah.
So only 1 game difference, and Makar only had 3 more points. And Quinn Hughes was on one of the worst teams in the NHL this year for part of his season.
Yeah, but that's you can't go against Makar. I mean, I do believe Hughes should be there. I would take Hughes over Dahlin and Bouchard in a second. I mean, when you're talking, hey, you're going to draft him? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to be right there with Makar, Brzezinski. I mean, those 3 guys are just a step above everyone else to me.
Yeah.
And granted, he was on a bad team that didn't help him, but he would have been there. So that's. But I don't remember who picked these teams.
I want to say it's the Riders. I want to say.
The funny thing is also, Jason Robertson's on the first team, yet he didn't even get picked to play for Team USA. How did that even happen? I mean, I can't say anything wrong with the Team USA pick because they won.
Yeah.
But Jason Robertson got left off. I mean, who?
Yeah, and then before we get into the next bit of news, I mean, there was one other team we need to talk about. The all-rookie team.
Yes.
Ivan Demidov, Beckett Seneca, and Jimmy Snuggerud are the forwards. Matthew Schaefer, Alexander Nikishin, and Jacob Dobis. A lot of people were not happy that Wallstat was not the goalie. I don't think anyone had any issues with the forwards. I think all of them deserve that. I mean, Schaefer, no one's going to argue with that. Nikishin, I don't know if there was another defenseman. Oh, actually, hold on. I have it right here. All right, so for forwards, Demidov had 195 points. Seneca had 191 points. Snuggerud had 136. And the next one was Ryan Leonard with 19 points. So big difference.
The top 3 got a lot of votes. I'm okay with those.
And then the defenseman, Schaefer, 194 points. Nikishkin, 184 points. And the next closest was Zeev Boehm with 9. And then for goalies, Dobis had 151 points. Wallstat only had 44. And I think I would have gone with Wallstat a little bit more.
Well, I think one thing about him is he came on strong late, and that's probably what cost him that. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, let's see. I'm also looking at the All-Star voting for the first 2 teams.
Yeah, the only Duck that was on in the voting was Cutter Gauthier.
Okay, now I have one issue. Nate Schmidt got 1 vote. How did Lacombe not get at least 1 vote? I'm not asking him to be up there, but how did Lacombe not get 1 vote?
Can't answer the question because I don't know.
Like I said, that's the only issue. Like I said, I wasn't like Carlson. I don't think he was going to be in the top 10 of centers. I mean, it's a hard thing for this season, but maybe in the future, he should be getting votes. But I'm not mad at Carlson, but I don't know how Nate Schmidt got a vote, but Jackson Lacombe did not. That's the only issue I have with these voting. Out of everyone else, I'm like, okay, I can see why everyone else got votes. And it's funny because Hudson got more votes than Quinn Hughes did.
Wayne Hudson?
Yeah. Which I kind of get that too.
Yeah. I don't even know what to say about that. I mean, there's so many things that happen in sports that I don't consider right or fair.
Yeah.
But they happen.
Yeah. All right,
It happens all the time. So
yeah, we'll move on. Darren Dreger says Darnell Nurse trade requests from the Oilers. There will be some level of interest. I did have a couple of general managers say that the interest will come only if the Oilers are willing to take back a bad contract. And I doubt that's going to happen.
Yeah, he's gonna stay in Edmonton. I'm almost pretty sure of it. Now, this is some interesting news. Pierre LeBrun isn't ready to rule out a potential trade request by Zach Werenski.
I don't see it happening. I think what Larkin is doing is maybe sparking more because like all these USA guys that are in like non-playoff teams or like the lower markets. I mean, Larkin's in a really big American market for hockey. And they got the taste of winning and they want to see where it goes. They want to play in playoffs. They miss that high competitive kind of game. And so I can really see if, one person I'm wondering about is Hellebuck. Is he going to want his way out of Winnipeg? Brady Tkachuk, Austin Matthews. Like these are American players playing in Canadian markets and makes me wonder, do they want to go and just play in America? And we got a MCFVS says Bussy for the Carolina Hurricanes goaltender.
Yeah. I got to tell you guys, what a great pickup. I picked him up in fantasy hockey because I had an injury and I never let him go. He was incredibly good this year.
Yeah.
And then he's obviously in the Stanley Cup, stepped up after Anderson struggled. Maybe there's a slight injury there with Anderson.
I think he got a concussion or something. He got nailed in the head.
But I got to tell you, Bussy, wow, he was impressive. So.
All right, well, let's finish league news because we're pretty far into this and we haven't even finished news yet.
Let's go.
All right, well, Patrick Allvin is the new assistant general manager and vice president of the Seattle Kraken. And Pascal Vincent is also their new assistant coach. So it makes me wonder if he took over for Jessica Campbell's position that she had there.
Yeah. Okay. And then obviously, we had news. The Hart Trophy was announced. I do believe was it in the last game?
Yes, it was during the pregame of the last one. Yes.
Nikita Kucherov has won the Hart Trophy as the MVP for the second time in his career. I think that was well deserved because I don't think when you really think about it, if he didn't have that year, would they have been a playoff team?
Probably not.
So, I mean, and the MVP is when you think about it, the MVP.
So here are the awards that have been given out so far. Kucherov won the Hart. Vasilevsky won the Vezina. McDavid won the Ted Lindsay. Werenski won the James Norris. And Schaefer won the Calder. And then we have Suzuki winning the Selke. Caulfield winning the Lady Byng. Landeskog won the Masterton. Foligno won the King Clancy. And then John Cooper won the Jack Adams. So, and then last off, the rookie face-off will be in San Jose, going back to original 6 teams. I don't know.
Sans means Arizona was an original team.
Oh, okay.
Now it's Utah because obviously of the whole situation that happened. So Utah is in place of Arizona. And
Got
that's
it.
according to John Hoven
So-
from Mayor's Manor.
So it's going to be Utah, Anaheim, LA, San Jose, and then who are the other two teams?
Colorado
Colorado and Vegas.
and Vegas, I think.
Okay, I don't know if it's going to be Seattle or.
Well, I'm not sure either. See, when they started this, it wasn't a good. It said original 6 teams. Seattle wasn't a team when they originally started this, was it?
Let's see. It was on Mayor's Manor.
Yeah.
See if I can find it on here. I don't even see it on here. Oh, here it is. Kings. Yeah, okay. So yeah, it's the Kings, Ducks, Mammoth, Sharks, Avalanche, Knights.
Okay, just like I thought.
Man, why can't people put the right logo on here? Like, why? Like, I see everywhere they still have the ugly Web D Duck logo as the Ducks logo. It's not our logo. This is the logo, the Mighty Duck logo. And it's funny, for the Kings one, they have the crown one, not the Chevy bow tie one. They have the crown one.
Well, Mayor's Manor is a Kings affiliated.
No, but I think it's the San Jose one that made the rookie face-off logo.
Well, we can't control everything. That's why we can't have nice things.
Hey, that's my line.
I know. Thought I'd throw it out there.
Rude. Very rude. All right. Was that it? Yep. All right. Next, we're going to do our ad read for DraftKings. It all comes down to this: a best of 7 battle, and DraftKings has you covered every step of the way. The DraftKings Sports app is now available in all 50 states and includes all markets.
Sweat every shift of the series, all in one place with one app. New DraftKings customers sign up with the code THPN, spend $5 to get $200 in rewards within 21 days. That's code THPN in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Bet with
Sportsbook.
DraftKings.
Sorry, I thought you were done.
Go ahead.
Are you done?
I'm done.
Oh, okay.
Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 1-800-MY-RESET. New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas, that text pass-through may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Void in Ontario. Event contract trading with DraftKings predictions involves risk of loss. Sportsbook bonus bets expire in 7 days. $50 in predictions dollars issued weekly for 3 weeks expire in 1 year. Redeem one non-withdrawable reward. Availability varies. Predictions offer void in New York. Ends June 28. Terms at dkng.co/audio.
Well,
The crown is yours.
The mom said I sounded like I was on helium. I think he was on helium.
Yeah. Off the wall question: would McDavid move a team that is more likely to win a cup? Maybe like the. Oh, okay. Mom is wondering: is McDavid willing to move to a team that's more likely to win a cup, like the Ducks? I mean, I still think Edmonton is. I know we beat them in the first round, but I think they still have a higher chance of winning a cup before the Ducks do right now. I mean, he's on the team right now.
Okay.
But we didn't even talk about the most controversial news of the week.
Well, let's finish with Mom's question, then we can go to that. Okay. He obviously has spent his whole career at Edmonton, and he signed that 2-year, and that 2-year right now, I think he's promised himself to the Edmonton Oilers. Now, after that, would that be a possibility? I would say, yeah. he wants to win a Stanley Cup. He wants to do it in Edmonton. That would be his first choice. But if that doesn't happen, Edmonton, that's why he signed that 2-year cheap $12.5 million AAV contract with Edmonton, is that he still wants to give the chance that it's going to happen there. So we'll see what's going to happen with that. I hope that answers your question, honey. So
no, I agree with that. I mean, Bob Stauffer did come out and say that he does see McDavid being a lifelong Oiler and signing a 7-year deal after this one expires.
I've heard rumors that, it's kind of funny. The last time, like the greatest player moved to a different team was Wayne Gretzky, and he moved to LA. There's been like comparisons. I just don't see that happening because I don't think the Kings right now are in that avenue. The only way they would ever get McDavid is sign him as a free agent. They can't trade for him.
Yeah.
That would be the only way that he would come where it wouldn't cost them half their team to get him.
Yeah.
The Ducks, on the same hand, I would think it'd have to be a free agent signing. Otherwise, they'd have to give up like Leo, Cutter,
yeah,
couple first-round picks maybe.
Or maybe like McQueen.
Or, like McQueen, then a first-round pick. I think that would be plenty to get him. I mean,
yeah. And I honestly, at that point,
then again, you're taking away the heart and soul of your team to get McDavid. And granted, he's like the great one, considered. So.
So, all right, now the most controversial news we had in the last week. So, right after Laviolette was named the Kings coach, it came out that Mike Babcock is going to be the next Edmonton Oilers coach. I almost forgot. I meant to put in the notes. I just straight forgot. I just remembered because we started talking about the Oilers. So I love Jeff Merrick because he really thinks outside the box.
Yeah, I've been listening to him lately. He does seem he just think way outside the box.
And sometimes you need someone like that. And that's why I like listening to him. And I kind of get what he was saying with this, where he was saying that it makes me wonder the Oilers are doing this on purpose. Because, the NHL asked teams during the Stanley Cup Finals, if you're going to do something, do it on the off days. Don't do it on games or days where there's a Stanley Cup Final game. And then Edmonton comes out with the news that they're looking to hire a very controversial coach who was hired in 2022, 2023 to be the Columbus Blue Jackets coach and didn't even coach a single game because he resigned before he was fired because he wanted to snoop through all of the players' phones and stuff like that. And I think we talked about it on the podcast here. I don't remember if we did that or not here. And he was saying, like, do you think the Oilers are doing this on purpose to get back at Vegas for not letting the Edmonton talk to Cassidy? It's kind of like a F you to the league in Vegas for this whole thing. Because now the Oilers are taking up the news about trying to hire Mike Babcock.
Yeah, very controversial. He wasn't even in the thought process for anybody. And all of a sudden now he has become, and not that, a lot of people are, Jeff in his, in the sheet when he was talking about this whole thing, he goes, does he still have it? Does Babcock still have what it takes to do that? And people are questioning that. And they're thinking that possibly the players said something to ownership of, hey, let's get a guy like him.
Well, they were saying they wanted a hard-nosed coach who's won the Stanley Cup, and there was another parameter. And after Laviolette signed with the Kings, there wasn't that many kind of coaches left. So that's why they settled on Babcock. And from what I've heard is, yeah, like players like Draisaitl, McDavid, Hyman, Bouchard, Hopkins, they're probably all going to love Babcock. It's the players that are, the bottom six guys, the reserve guys, the back, maybe even the back goalie. They're the ones that are probably going to get tortured by Babcock the most and hate it. I mean, now they're doing a whole investigation because there was supposed to be an investigation when he was in Columbus, but since he resigned, the investigation never happened. But now, since for him to come back, they have to go through the investigation. And have you seen the last 5 coaches of Edmonton and their last names? They all have something similar in common. Mom, you can close your ears for this one if you want. So they had Hitchcock, Tippett, Woodcroft, Knobloch, and Babcock. And I'm just waiting for someone to listen to this with their kid in the car saying, Mom, Dad, why is this funny?
I'm praying for you right now, son.
Well, you need to pray a lot harder.
I am not going to comment because
we'll move on. I just thought it was funny. I saw that and I thought it was too funny to pass up talking about. So, what do you think about this possible move for Edmonton?
Well, if it would make them worse, I'm all for it.
Yeah. I mean, he has.
If it's going to make him better,
so,
no.
The last time Babcock coached an NHL game, COVID-19 wasn't even a thing yet.
Yeah.
Or was it? I don't think.
Or is it just a pause until the Stanley Cup is over and maybe Vegas relents and lets Cassidy talk and the Oilers will hire Bruce Cassidy?
I mean, we'll see. It all depends on how this investigation goes too.
Yeah, that might take a while and we could be done tomorrow with the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, true.
I mean, I hope we're done tomorrow. The Canes have looked really good.
Yes.
Really good. And I never want Vegas to win again. I'm just being honest. Being a Kings fan.
Yeah. Agreed. Is that all we just talk about the Stanley Cup Finals that's been going on. So the last time we talked, I believe it was 2-1, right?
Are there 3 games?
Oh, let's see.
2-1, 3. No, we're going to game 6. 2 games.
So we had.
It was 2-1 Vegas, right?
Yeah, it was Vegas was winning 2-1, and then last week it was. No, last time we talked, it was 1-1. So game 3, because it was last Saturday. So in game 3, Vegas took a 4-0 lead and scored all 4 goals in the second period. Thomas Hertl got a power play goal to get the scoring off. And then Mitch Marner scored 3 straight goals and got a hat trick in 6 minutes and 10 seconds, a natural hat trick. And they said that was the fastest hat trick in Stanley Cup final history. And MCFVS says, #not VGK. And I 100% agree with you, sir.
Yeah, they really did push the VGK thing. I was going like, where did that come from?
Vegas Golden Knights.
I know.
That's
But
their initials.
Yeah, but it's just as easy to say Vegas or Knights.
Yeah.
So
You know what? You know what abbreviation I miss for the Ducks? I mean, I like the ANA, like the ANA for Anaheim, but I wish it would go back to MDA. Because I mean, out of all the sports and all the teams in sports, you didn't say the city or the state before the name. They were the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim.
Right.
And it just flowed so well. Even Anaheim Mighty Ducks sound really good, but the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim just had that nice, beautiful flow to it. And but I don't know any other sports that do that. I mean, I know the stupid team across the street tried to do something similar, but they put two city names in their name. They were the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, which stupid. Hate it.
Agreed.
MC FBS says, I think it would be insane if they don't start Bussy tomorrow. No, he's starting tomorrow. It's his net unless something drastic happens. But now let's get back to game 3. So Vegas was up 3-0 going into 4-0 going into the third period. And then at 7:03, Martin scored for I can't even say that, Carolina. So it makes it 4-1 Vegas. And then in 39 seconds, they scored 3 goals, including the Martinook one. So at 7:03, it was 4-1. By 7:42, it was 4-3.
Yeah.
Taylor Hall scored. Jordan Staal scored. And we're going to talk about Jordan Staal in a second. And then Svechnikov ties it up on the power play, and we're tied 4-4. But then we go into overtime, and then nobody scores in the first overtime. We go into a second overtime, and just an unlucky bounce. It bounces off the end boards, goes off of Bussy's foot, and goes in, and it's a Shea Theodore goal. And Vegas takes a 2-1 series lead, and now it's 2-1 Vegas. Now we're going to go on to game 4.
Yeah, before you finish that, not to rub it in our nose, but Theodore ex-Duck, assist Brandon McNabb, ex-King. Rub it in our nose, Vegas. Thank you very much for giving you those players.
Yeah.
Just pisses me off.
And the Ducks gave them Theodore. All right. Now we go on to game 4, the second game in Vegas. And Stankoven gets the scoring started at 1:06 in the game. And then Jackson Blake scores at 3:28. So it's a 2-0 lead for Carolina. Then Mark Stone makes it 2-1 Carolina. And then Jordan Staal again on the power play makes it 3-1 Carolina. So it's 3-1 after the first period. And then we go into the second period where Carlson and Theodore both score. So it's now tied 3-3 going into the third period. And then Jordan Staal again scores on his belly. Yeah, that's right. He scored a goal from his belly. And that's the game-winning goal because Nikolai Ehlers scored on a very nice empty net goal. And it's 5-3 win for the Hurricanes. So now we are tied 2 apiece. And we go back to Carolina for game 5, where Pavel Dorofeyev scores at the 6:52 mark on the power play to make it 1-0. And then Jordan Staal again. Now we're tied 1-1 after 1. Then we go to the second period where Svechnikov scores on the power play. So it's 2-1 Carolina. Then Sebastian Aho, who that's what I was saying last week. He needs to play better for Carolina to win. And he gets on the board. It's 3-1 Carolina. Then Svechnikov again in the third period makes it 4-1 Carolina on the power play. And then Dorofeyev scores and makes it 4-2 Carolina. And that was at the 13:49 mark. And that is your final 4-2. Jordan Staal has now scored in every single game so far. He has 6 goals in 5 games in the Stanley Cup final alone. That hasn't been done, and since I want to say 1957, I think that's what Friedman said.
Wow.
The Kings weren't even a team back then.
Neither were the Ducks or Vegas.
No, I'm not going to say what I was about to say, but no crap. Okay, I'm going to say the PG version of that.
Please.
Yeah, MCFVS says still want a future PWHL team to be the Mighty because there's zero chance that we'll go back to the Mighty Ducks. That would be kind of cool.
You know, we are going to be doing a special episode in about an hour and a half.
Oh, yeah.
And you mighty want to listen to it. I'm just going to throw that out there. We'll do it right now before the end. You mighty want to listen to it.
Well, we'll talk about that in a second, too. Game 6 is tomorrow. So tune into that.
5:00, guys. I'll be watching.
Pacific Standard Time. The game is in Vegas, and Carolina could clinch the Stanley Cup trophy if they win this game. If not, we go to Game 7 back in Carolina, and that game will be Wednesday, June 17th.
It's been a great series.
He says, I am mighty intrigued, sir.
Well, that is going to be not live.
It's not live.
It will be probably out Tuesday or Wednesday, right, Cody?
Yeah, I'm probably shooting more towards Tuesday.
Okay. So you might want to be looking for that episode. Like I said, you mighty want to listen.
Mm-hmm. And let's just say this person, not in a sports game, has worn this jersey. Actually, no, I don't think he ever wore that jersey.
Oh, man, you're giving too much away.
No, I'm not.
I mighty want them to listen.
Well, I mighty want to tell them who it is, too.
Well, they're going to have to listen to the episode to do that.
Let's just say this person was a big part of my young life growing up. Like,
not just yours.
But okay, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I went through something young. Like I had my tonsils removed when I was very young. I hated every second of being in that hospital. And I think the only way to shut me up was to watch a certain movie that has the word mighty in it. And I think that was the only way to get me to shut up and calm me down. Tell me I'm wrong.
No, you're not wrong.
I think I watched this movie 30 million times in that hospital room.
Well, you want to know something funny?
Hmm.
I was the same age when I got my tonsils and adenoids out.
Oh, okay.
As you were. It was almost like a repeat.
Huh. I did not know that.
Yeah. I thought maybe I had told you that. I did not realize you didn't know
you
that.
probably did, and I just straight forgot.
Yeah. So, but actually, we were almost exactly the same age when that surgery happened. So,
okay, before we get out of here and we do our outro, I want to play a game. Let me share my screen. All right. I told you about this last week.
Yeah.
We're going to play 84-0. So, for those that you don't know, if you go to 84and0.com, you can build a team, and it gives you a team and an era. So, and you have to you build a team, and you have to do a left wing, a center, a right wing, 2 defensemen, and a goalie.
And then you see how your team did.
Yeah.
And so you and I are going to select a team and see how we.
So you get to redraw one team. So say you get a team that had a horrible era. So you like the team, like say it was like Tampa Bay in the 2000s. You're like, and you want to change the era, you can be like, well, maybe I can get the 2020s and get Vasilevsky. That's what the later rivals guys just did. Or you like the era, but maybe you want to change the team. So you get one redraw of each. So I'll let you go first, Dad. So right now you have the Winnipeg Jets in the 2020s.
I'm going to take Connor Hellebuck.
Smart. So now you got the Bruins in 2010.
Oh, wow. Okay, let me... Oh. I'm a big Bergeron fan, so I'm not sure. Would I take Bergeron or Pasternak? Or Chara? Oh, wow. I'm going to go with Bergeron.
Chicago Blackhawks in the 1960s.
Oh, and I got to make sure I have a player from each position, right?
Mm-hmm. So now you can't have McDavid or Gretzky because they're centers since you picked Bergeron.
That's all right. I'll take... Bobby Hull.
All right, the Detroit Red Wings in the 1950s.
What do I have? Oh,
You have a right wing open and both defense open.
I'll take Gordie Howe.
All right, so now all you need is defense. So you got Boston Bruins in 2010s.
I'll take Chara.
Yeah. Boston Bruins in the 1990s.
Ray Burke.
All right, let's simulate your season. You went 83-1. You won the President's Trophy.
Yeah.
You averaged 5.5 goals per game. Wow. It's the save percentage of 943, 1.44 goals against average, and 22 shutouts.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
Wow.
Yeah. Now it's you?
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can send that. Yeah, it's my turn. The best one I got was 83-1. All right, so I got the Sabres.
That's my first time playing, people, just so you know. First time playing. And I didn't even change anything.
No, you didn't.
I think that's the big challenge. Don't change anything.
Buffalo Sabres in 1970s. I'm gonna go Gilbert Perreault.
Yeah, it's good.
What's the okay. We're gonna go with Rasmus Dahlin. Bruins in the 2010s. I'm gonna go Pasternak as my right wing.
It was 2020s, by the way.
Oh, did I say something different?
Yeah.
All right, so Avalanche in the 2000s. Oof. Let's go with Patrick Waugh as my goalie.
Good pick.
New York Rangers in the 2020s. Ooh, let's go with Panarin as my left wing.
So you just need one defenseman now.
I need one defenseman. Bob Turner, Doug Harvey. Is that the right one?
Well, unless you want to change the year.
That's what I'm thinking.
Or the team.
Let's redraw era. 2010s. Ooh. Let's go with Shea Weber. 81-3. I think I did a little bit. You were what? What were you again?
I don't remember.
We both did.
I was 83-1, I think.
No, you were, I think, 83-1.
No. Yeah. 83. And then wasn't there one tie?
Yeah. So okay. So we did pretty similar.
Yeah. Good job.
All right.
That's a fun game.
It's very addicting.
I could tell. It would be very addicting for me.
I forgot where I saw it. I'm like, I'm going to try it out. And I just kept playing it. And I realized I was playing it for like an hour.
84.
My mic got unplugged. For some, I don't know why it's been doing that. It's on the right. All right, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. MCFVS says, thank you both for your time and energy. Vamos Patos.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Before we do anything, let's we do have 2 other special episodes coming probably next month. We're going to do Ducks player grades and Kings player grades. So
Yes.
Dad has his team. I have my team. I'm probably going to want to ask one more person to join mine. I haven't asked him yet, but I'm going to message him probably today or tomorrow.
I have asked. It just depends on the day.
Yeah.
If I get what I want, it's an all-star cast. Besides me, I am not an all-star. These guys are all.
Yeah, you're definitely not an all-star.
all-stars.
You're definitely not an all-star.
I'm just going to be honest there. You'll want to listen to that because there's some great people.
Yeah,
it all works. I hope it does. I'm going to try to make it work.
So I did put in the show notes the Ducks grades and Kings player grades. If you click the link, it'll take you to Google Forms, and you can fill out your grades for each player. So it's done anonymously, so we won't know what you grade. And then when we do the episodes, I will show what if you 10 people grade, it'll show Kempe got 8 B's and 2 A's. So because we want to hear from you guys on what you grade the teams. So I'll try to put that on social media as well. So I had a lot of fun with our player grade episodes last year.
Yeah, they were fun.
Yeah.
They were very fun to do.
Yeah. So I already have a majority of my team. I got one more guy I want to ask.
Okay.
So, but
sounds good.
I want to make sure I put that out there because I meant to say it last week and I forgot. I blame you.
Everything's always my fault.
Yeah, I blame you. So, and then before we get out of here, please, if you haven't done so yet, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on Twitch, please give us a follow there as well. If you're listening on audio, hit the download button and leave a review or a rating. It really helps the channel out a lot. And please tell your family and friends about Royally Quacked and make sure you give us a follow on all social media. Remember, we do have a new Twitter handle since the other one got hacked. It's Royally_Quacked. I think the other one got suspended anyways. It was some guy that hacked it, turned into an Elon Musk thing, and they already got suspended.
How interesting. You hack a hockey account
podcast, yeah.
And turn into talking about Elon Musk. I don't understand the correlation.
I don't understand. And that person was reposting everything in sight.
Okay.
I guess you would like that. It's the King's fault the Ducks exist. Yes, I've heard that on this show numerous times from my co-host here.
Not just me. I think Jesse Cohen.
Yeah, I think he did say it too.
He was not very happy that, and that all had to do with the owner of the Kings at that time.
Yeah,
he needed money, so he basically sold out his rights to the Ducks.
Yeah.
So, and then again, we wouldn't have what we have today, and Royally Quacked wouldn't even be a thing. So, I mean, that's all done in the past. Let's just move on and hopefully just keep growing hockey as best we can here in Southern California.
Yep. So should I say who we're interviewing now? Or
God, you want to
I'm excited for this.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So for all the people who are still watching live or stayed this long on audio, I'll give you. So at least I waited to the very end and not just right away. So a little special trinket for the people that are still watching live and listening to us on audio. The interview episode is going to be with actor Matt Doherty, also known as Averman from the Mighty Ducks movies.
There it goes.
Oh, I'm so.
You mighty want to watch it.
You mighty want to watch it. So I'm super excited for this, and oh man, I'm happy. So it's just a pleasure that he even replied back and agreed to this. So stay tuned. We're going to be doing it in about an hour with him.
Yeah.
And that episode will be out I'll say around Tuesday.
Yep.
So, well, thank you to everyone for tuning in to episode 116 of Royally Quacked. We'll see you next week. Let's go Ducks.
I'll just go back to my old staple. Go Kings, go.
All right. See you next week.
Bye, guys.
A father and son, a bond so strong, talking hockey all day long. Royally Quacked, their podcast show, sharing stories, highs and lows. From the Kings to the Ducks they go, shout and go Kings.